temporarily from the Old Dominion of Richmond, Virginia. This is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, March 5th, 2016. Silver is trading at $15.52 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,259 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $411. Antiwar.com reports a U.S. drone strike against the southern Yemeni province of Shabwa destroyed a car and killed 4 unidentified people within, who were all quickly labeled suspected al-Qaeda militants. Locals reported finding al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula propaganda brochures on the ground near the destroyed car, which appears to be the source of the conclusion that the slain were somehow linked to al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. The Shabwa province, like much of the eastern portion of the country, is sparsely populated, and while there was some fighting last summer over the main highways between the pro-Saudi forces and the Shiite Houthis, neither is believed to have a serious foothold in the province itself. Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula's main territorial holdings are on the southern coast of Yemen, including the Hadramaut capital of Mukalla, which they seized early in the Saudi war and which neither side has made a serious attempt to recapture. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for precious metals, bitcoins, or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports Secretary of State John Kerry canceled a trip to Cuba due to disagreements over which dissidents President Barack Obama will meet with during his upcoming visit. According to a U.S. official, common agreement was lacking between the State Department and the Cuban government over aspects of Kerry's trip, including political dissidents Obama intends to meet with when he arrives in Havana on March 21st for a one-day visit. It will be the first time in nearly 90 years that a sitting U.S. president will arrive on Cuban soil. Obama has said he would not visit Cuba until progress on human rights was evident. When announcing his visit in February, though, Obama said he hopes to engage with the Cuban people. Cuban leader Raul Castro has been supportive of the thaw in U.S.-Cuba relations, but has insisted the country's political system and socialist nature of the revolution will stay unchanged. Cuban activists say several dozen political prisoners are in jail, and many more have been detained for brief periods. 1,414 political dissidents were detained in January, according to Elizardo Sanchez of the Cuban Commission for Human Rights and the National Reconciliation. Kerry told the Senate Foreign Relations Committee on February 24th he planned to visit Cuba to prepare for Obama's trip and have a human rights dialogue, but his plans were officially canceled on Thursday when arrangements could not be made. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court, 2 days after hearing a major abortion case from Texas, on Friday temporarily blocked a Louisiana law imposing regulations on doctors who perform abortions in a move that would allow 2 recently closed clinics to reopen. In a brief order, the court granted a request by abortion providers seeking to reinstate a lower court injunction that blocked the Republican-backed 2014 law, which required doctors to obtain a formal affiliation with a local hospital. The abortion providers contend the law was designed to shut down abortion clinics by requiring hospital admitting privileges that are difficult for their doctors to secure. Louisiana will now have 4 clinics in total. The order noted that one of the 8 justices, conservative Clarence Thomas, said he would have denied the application. The order said the court's action was in line with its decision in June to temporarily block parts of a Texas abortion law that was challenged by abortion providers in a high-profile case. The justices heard oral arguments in that case on Wednesday. The High Court's action sent mixed signals, however, on how it might rule on the Texas case, in part because the justices previously allowed the Texas admitting privileges provision to go into effect. The Texas case also involves a separate provision that requires clinics to have costly hospital-grade facilities. The law in Louisiana was signed by Governor Bobby Jindal, a Republican, in 2014. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.